everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to make for you a dish I just recently came up with and we really like it. It's pasta served with zucchini and mushrooms topped with a tomato sauce. Now you can see we're at the stove and I've got my pot heating up over just above medium heat, and I do have some homemade tomato sauce going on the back burner here. You don't have to use homemade, you can use whatever tomato sauce you prefer. I like to make my own, and I do have a link in the description box below to a video showing how I make my own sauce. On another burner I also have a pot of water getting ready to heat up, or I just now turned it on to boil the pasta with. So you can see that this mushroom zucchini topping does not take very long to cook. So anyway, I've got this going, it's heating up, and I'm shooting for about 6 servings. So this is a good size recipe. You could always cut it down if you want to. So to start with, I'm going to add anywhere between 1 and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. There's a lot of vegetables here, so hence we're going to be using a little more oil than I usually do. And I have some chopped yellow onion here. This is about 3/4 of a cup. You could use anywhere from a half a cup up to a cup or more. This is your recipe, have it your way. And there's about 1/3 of a cup of chopped bell pepper here that we're going to add to the mix. Now I'm just going to allow these to saute briefly until the onions start to soften up and the peppers do the same. Then we're going to add some garlic in there. And I have roughly 3 large cloves of garlic chopped up. If your cloves of garlic are on the smaller side, simply use more until you get roughly what you think would be about 3 large cloves. And you go from there. Now we only need to allow the onions and the peppers to saute for roughly a minute or 2, really not a whole long amount of time. So now I'm going to add that garlic in there. I want to get it going. Right now I'm going to start adding some vegetables. This is a lot of zucchini here. This is it is 2 zucchini, one's a little bit large. The recipe calls for 2 medium-sized zucchini, so one was medium large, and that's okay. Again, I'm striving for a good 6 servings out of this, and I think I'll have that. Now I have 1 8-ounce package of mushrooms chopped up into small pieces. These are button mushrooms. You can add any kind of mushrooms you want. Now we're going to add some seasoning to this. And this is going to seem like a lot, but there's a lot of vegetables here. I have 1½ tablespoons of dried parsley, 1 tablespoon of dried basil, and 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Now we're going to add some salt and pepper, however much you think you want to add to your dish. Just a little pepper thrown in there. We're going to stir that. And I am making this a complete meatless meal with some beans added in there as well. But if you want meat in there, no problem. You could have some chicken on the side, you could throw some ground beef in your tomato sauce or in this mixture, brown it first before you add it to this would be best. So you can really do this however you prefer, make it your way so that your family will like it. I have 1 can, a 15-ounce can of great northern beans that I have rinsed and drained. We're going to add that to this mix and just continue to stir it a little bit. Now I do want the vegetables to cook just a little bit, not a huge amount. So I'm going to add all of 1/3 of a cup of water to this. And now I'm going to cover it up and just allow them to steam in there a little bit. And I'm going to stir it every now and then. It's really not going to take very long for them to cook. 5 minutes or so. I mean, it's really until the vegetables are as tender as you want them to be. My vegetables have cooked for 9 minutes, and I want you to see that there is a good bit of water in there that's formed from the vegetables themselves. I'm going to turn this off. They have cooked again for 9 minutes. And the pasta will be done in about 4 minutes or so, 4 to 5 minutes. So we're going to get this off of the heat. And I'm adding the juice of 1 large lemon here, just to help brighten these flavors up. And I'm going to leave the lid off of this to try to allow some of this moisture to evaporate some. It's got a lot of moisture in there, but there's no harm in that really. It helps to moisten up the pasta. And so we're going to take this off the heat and leave the cover off, and when the pasta is done, I'll plate it up and show you what it looks like. Here's the finished product. We've got some pasta on the bottom, some vegetables on top of that, and the tomato sauce on top of that, and then I sprinkled a few of the vegetables on the top. This would be excellent with Parmesan cheese, or even some mozzarella. Shredded mozzarella would be good. Give this a try sometime and let me know if this recipe works for you. This is Judy at Judi in the Kitchen. Bye for now.